Well, guys, it happened. Trump has tested positive for COVID, and in this video, we're going to talk about what this means for the stock market in general. And we're not going to talk about any political views here. This isn't going to say you're wrong if you're a fan of him, you're wrong if you don't like him. Everyone has their own opinion of him and everything about politics. We're not going to get into that. We're strictly going to talk about the stock market and what could happen here. But first, as always, please, please, please like this video. It really helps out the YouTube channel so much, and it really helps the channel grow. And subscribe to the channel. I really didn't think I was going to make this video. I had no intention of making this video. It's Friday afternoon, and I just decided to make this on the fly right now because I do think it's important and something that should be talked about. So please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. We're going to get into this video right now. So like I just said, as of early this morning, October 2nd, Friday, President Trump has tested positive for the coronavirus. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for the coronavirus, plunging the United States into further upheaval and uncertainty just a month before Election Day. The White House vision said the President and the First Lady were both well at the moment. In a tweet shortly before 1 a.m. Eastern Time, Trump said, "We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together." In saying that, we know two things. One, President Trump is overweight, and two, he is in his mid-70s. And we know not much about this virus. I don't think a lot of people really know the hardcore facts about it. But what we do know is that he is definitely in a more risky age bracket than, say, someone would be if they were in their 20s. So let's look at the hospitalization rates here. And knowing President Trump is 74, he is in that 65 to 74 age bracket. So he is 4 times more likely to be hospitalized. But at the same time, he is on the brink of that next age bracket up, starting at 75. So he's much closer to that than 65, meaning he would be 8 times more likely to be hospitalized. And it's the same thing with the death rate. His current age puts him in the age bracket of 65 to 74, meaning there is a 90% higher risk of death. But he's closer to that 75 than 65, meaning his chances of death would be 220 times higher. So after I saw this, I was thinking, well, I don't know what's going to happen. This is not the best thing. He has underlying health conditions. He's older. He's in his mid-70s. And then I thought about it, and I realized he is the President of the United States, meaning he probably has the best health care of any human being on the planet. He has access to everything and anything that he can possibly want to get his hands on. And on top of that, he has money. He's the richest president we've ever had. He's the first billionaire to ever be president. So even if he was not the president and already could get access to everything, he has the money. And everyone knows in this world, one way or the other, money talks. So if anyone's concerned about his death, I feel like there's a very low chance of that happening. Pristine healthcare, he's the president, he has money. I just find it very unrealistic. He would really, really have to get sick for it to happen, I feel like. And for anyone wondering, Pence and Biden both tested negative for the virus as of this morning. And if for some reason Trump could not fulfill his presidential duty, Pence would end up taking over. And if Pence had have tested positive and he could not fulfill any of the duties, then Nancy Pelosi would take over for the time being. So what does this mean for the market right now? I don't see the market skyrocketing because, well, your president just got diagnosed with a deadly disease per se. But I also don't see it tanking. Mainly because a lot more people have survived COVID than passed away from COVID. I think we see a slight dip in the market, but I don't see the Dow going down to 18.5 like it was in March and April. The Dow was down a lot this morning. The futures were, they were down about 500 points, but they came back and they rallied, and the Dow even turned positive. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to finish because I am recording this before the market closes at 4 o'clock. It's about 3 o'clock right now. So I'm not 100% sure where that is going to lie, but you get the point I'm trying to make here. And in addition to that, there are talks of another stimulus package coming out. Whether that's going to happen is a completely different topic. There's a lot of negotiations going on. The Senate and the House have not completely found a consensus of where they want to be yet. So that's a completely different topic for a completely different video. So what happens if Trump is hospitalized? That could mean bad news for the stock market. If there's one thing investors in the stock market do not like is uncertainty, which is why in an election year, September, October, you see a lot of choppiness, a lot of volatility. It's not as consistent as stocks just always going up or always getting slaughtered. There's a lot of up and down, and there is a lot of things up in the air. You don't know how the policies are going to change in the next couple of years. You don't know how the new person coming into office is going to handle it, assuming they get into the office. There's a lot of things to take in consideration. But if Trump does get hospitalized, this could affect the entire economy in theory. Think about it. All those people that were going out saying, it's just like the flu, it's not that bad, who cares, this is all going to blow over soon. All of a sudden they see, well, President Trump's in the hospital. He has like the best healthcare of anyone. And if he can't get through it, if he's struggling with it, who's to say I can't struggle with. Me, Joe Schmo, like, you don't know, that's the thing. And then all those people just start going inside. They don't come out of their house again. They never leave. You need groceries, too bad, we're not getting them. We're not eating at all, which is gonna lead to a reduction in spending. And I mean, obviously Amazon's gonna be doing fine, but all these restaurants and all these stores that aren't e-commerce based, they could be struggling a lot, which in turn, like I just said, affects the economy. But then on the flip side, say Trump does his 2 weeks in the hot box, he's out, he's fine, he comes through stronger than ever, and he's like, it wasn't that bad, I really didn't even know I had it, I didn't have any symptoms, it wasn't even as bad as the flu. This could, in theory, increase spending. People will say, well, if he's fine and he said it wasn't that bad, I mean, I'm just gonna keep going and spend money, I'm gonna keep going and doing this, I'm gonna go on vacation here. Like, forget it, it can't be that bad, which this could, in theory, if this happens, influence a second spike. Because think about it, the United States is projected to get their second spike somewhere between October, November, somewhere in that area. That's when it's projected to come right now. You're seeing it in Paris, you're seeing it overseas right now, Israel, those type of areas. But the United States is projected to get it October, November. So if those people start doing that and Trump comes out and he's like, it was fine, it wasn't that bad, and people start going on vacation, they start going out more, they aren't taking the precautions at all, this could lead to more clusters and eventually more outbreaks, in theory, influencing a second wave. Bottom line, I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I know there's a lot of indecision in the market right now, and I know investors and the market in general does not like indecision. Hope you guys appreciate this video. I made this video completely on the fly. I didn't really have a script written or didn't know what I was gonna say or anything, but I feel like it came out okay. Let me know in the comments what you think the stock market's gonna go, and I will see you guys in the next video.